MVP has gotten himself a new computer, but will it be enough? His opponent, Alicia, still tied 1-1. Can MVP close it out and continue his potential winning streak? Or will Alicia be the one to topple it all?
I don't know, Day9. I don't know. I was enjoying myself on my beautiful couch, but it's time to get serious now that Downtime has been eliminated. But which one of these players is making it through to the round of 8, MVP or Axiom's Alicia?
You know, I'm unsure given the map is Akalon Waste. It's definitely drop friendly, but it's also defense friendly. I think that on Newkirk Precinct, it's easy to get a little bit over-eager and think, oh, I'm ahead, and there's a straight line path and a swing in there, but I don't think any such mistake will be happening.
Alicia with his cheeky little grin,
his
little smirk, as he brushes his hair to the side, ready to take on four-time GSR champion, Europe #1 from Germany. It is LGIM Jürgen.
Down in the bottom right-hand corner from LGIM, it is
LGIM's Jürgen.
MVP.
I love MVP.
Up in the top left, his opponent from Team Axiom. It is none other than
Axiom's Alicia.
You know, I fully anticipate Alicia not to do any of that blink play funness that we see be so popular in PvT on this map. I mean, technically there is a chance. It's so strong. We've seen Parting do it, Feast do it. A lot of other top Protoss players have done it, but Alicia, I think, just likes to stick steady and true, and given the fact that he went Stargate, got the edge, and bloistered it.
Look at MVP against Protoss, 2 wins here. I was expecting some epic stat. I'm like, let's look at MVPs. He's got 2 wins here. But Protoss versus Terran, you see that 19 for Protoss, 28 for Terran on this map.
Yeah, I honestly would say it comes all down to the drops. Drop play is such an outrageous pain to deal with. I mean, I can't even emphasize enough how terrible it is.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to deal with drops coming in from the left and right-hand side. We saw MVP do that earlier with Hellbats. We'll see if he's going to use them in this game, but the way that MVP plays it out, always taking a gas, and with a later gas in this game, I think he's not going to go for the Reaper. He's just going to probably head towards a reactor early into Factory, very similar to his Terran versus Terran build, but he absolutely will get a Factory in it. With a Factory, you can't open up for blink plays here, and knowing Alicia, knowing how MVP plays, he can't do that.
Yeah, but if you do get a probe up there and you see the reactor, it's a reasonable enough tell that a lot of players will just go straight in for the blink. I mean, it is true that if you do go for that sort of 4-gate blink play and you can pick off the medevac, then,
yeah,
I mean, it's almost doomed. But at the same time, if you do go 4-gate blink and your opponent gets the mines in the medevacs, and they're just like, oh, you're going blink, and then they just leave the medevac right inside your main, right outside the edge of blink range, and it's just, it's actually impossible to deal with.
Yeah, there's nothing to see, the mines at all. And you're going to lose a lot. So we do have the Nexus coming down for Alicia. Double gas, though. This will keep MVP aware of things. He's going to go in and be like, you can tech from this point, whether it be a Stargate coming down. He has seen the Nexus, so he knows it's not going to be a one-base Twilight Council all-in. But what's coming next? Stargate, Twilight, or Robo? The choices are open for Alicia.
You know, I honestly think that he's going to go for Forge. I mean, he'll probably go for the more common 515 Robo, but I really think that the double Forge should be going down extremely early.
Okay.
I would go so far as to say it's incorrect to do anything that's not super long-term focused on Akalon Wastes. You don't really need a terrible amount of defense to hold 3 bases, and just a little bit more will get you 4, so wow, that's early Robo Bay. Whoa, that's early.
All right, so 1-gate Robo. After expanding, of course, here. On the other hand, and we do have MVP with his expansion, but he is getting up towards that Factory. With a single gas down, he's not going to rush towards Hellbats. He can only afford to go, if he wants to, for a couple of mines, into a starport, and then afford a medevac from this point. Alicia will have observers out in this game to spot anything along those lines.
I still really like one more gateway, and then directly into double forge at 7 minutes. I mean, with that early of a robo, you'll be able to get the scout out so quickly. He's going to do this check on this side, and we got a little bit too eager.
Yeah, really nice marine formation there to get maximum amounts of damage. A single forge is coming down by Alicia.
That looks a lot like a Zealot Templar.
Oh,
no, there's the double forge. Okay, yeah, great. Perfect. Good.
So just a little bit, you know, safe with the robo for the observers into the double forge. But we do have marines and mine making its way across here. What does Alicia really have? He's only got one gateway. He's got the mothership core, of course. Let's see how much damage MVP can do here. 2 stalkers. Okay, so 2 stalkers and a mothership core.
I think he's going to be in absolutely fine shape. He's just going to, as long as he doesn't lose that one. Uh-oh. Pulling back. There's the overcharge, and it looks like, oh, it's just in range. I think he can deal damage to it. Yep, he can. He knows it's there. But there's the single cannon going up in the main. He needs to get that 1-1 started right away.
All right, so MVP just same build always. Engineering bay going to come down. He'll want to throw down his double barracks in a moment and get those tech labs down again. But with the double forges coming in, and we know how MVP plays with quite late upgrades, especially in that previous game, Alicia's going to have a very, very strong mid game here. A super strong mid-late game.
So what's going to happen is that right around 8 minutes or so, sometimes as late as 9, the robo facility will go down for Colossus. That is the most typical timing. There we see the Twilight Council going down. Now,
he's going to skip Colossus to total here. He's just going to forget about them.
He's probably going to have to go blink if he is doing that. I mean, this is a nightmare map. I can understand saying, well, I'm going to favor getting early blink to be able to keep that alive, but there needs to be something that can deal with big numbers of units. Maybe he just thinks that his 2-2 upgrades are going to be enough.
Oh, well, this medevac's going to come in. Alicia knows about it and does have 4 stalkers and does push it back. I agree, though. Blink is a good option here, and straight up to 2-2. And he doesn't need to rush down the Templar Archives, but he will want to get it down, you know, quite soon. Not immediately as the Twilight Council finishes here.
Yep.
All right, so Warp Prism, interesting choice. That's interesting, though. That
does...
Zealot charge.
Okay, now this is a 2-base play. Blink would permit him to be able to eventually get up the 3rd base, but in this position, here's the play he's going for. He's going to get 2-2 upgrades and a total of 8 gateways. And what he can do is right when the Terran player is taking his 3rd, the Terran's also moving out with Marine Medevac and other things. And you defend your main against that attack while you warp in 8 Zealots at a time at his. It's a very old play, one of the first successful Zealot Archon styles.
It's very well timed too. If you look at the Warp Prism just now making its way out, is it going to get spotted though as this drop does come in? The Warp Prism though, I mean perfect. If he nails the timing right, it was about 12 minutes or so when MVP moves out. The Warp Prism's making its way across. It's currently 10 minutes. Behind this, he could, warp in Zealots and then even go for a full-out kill, too, with 2-2 upgrades and just going straight towards Archons and not even thinking about Storm.
This is... Oh, there's a feedback! Oh! Excellent! Excellent move right there. Now, if you are MVP, you are immediately going to begin cranking up the aggression right now. You're going, there's Templar. I'm going to move out all the way to his base, so that way he can never get his Stormers close to mine. And that's what will make the Warp Prism so good. Is he actually getting 9 gateways?
Oh my god. To be honest, I don't even think that Alicia needs to all in from this point afterwards. He can very easily expand if he does this correctly. Look at it. It's coming into 11 minutes. The Warp Prism's going to warp in 4 Zealots first of all, then warp in more after.
Yep.
Beautifully, look at this. MVP's moving across the map. This is a beautiful move by Alicia.
Yep, and you don't have to all in with it either. You can definitely do the expand follow-up. However, this has to do some significant damage.
Oh, it hasn't even been spotted.
And there it is. Zealots starting to work their way in.
Oh, and MVP returns home, and this will allow Alicia now to take his 3rd base. As MVP comes back to defend, he's going to have 2-2. He's going to have Storm now. A beautiful move here by Alicia.
And Alicia being doubly impressive, not over-warping in, just staying really calm.
Yeah, MVP just, he does have double engineer. Oh, okay, that's a bit of a mistake there from Alicia. If he loses this, which he is going to. Bit of a mistake. That could have continued to keep the threat on MVP where he couldn't really move out, unfortunately. But that going down, that is allowing him to move out a little bit more freely. But 2-2 versus 1-1 at this point, or just about 1-1. If Chrono Boost goes down smartly onto these double forges that can get up to 3-3, he has to be careful not to spend too much more gas so he can afford his 3-3.
Yeah, I mean, the 3-3 is really going to be the key time. If you started at 6 minutes with your 1-1, you're not even really going to have that many units when 2-2's done. But look at this. Storm is finished. 2-2 is finished. And he doesn't even need to retreat the Zealots. He can easily just stay all up at the front. He's going to go double War Prism. Look at that.
Yeah, I think he added on the Robo Bay a little bit too early here. You know, he's added it, and now he's gone over to Colossus and Thermal Lens, but I feel that he probably should have got 3-3 before adding these, well, that unit and that upgrade on. He's going to have to get it next. Does delay it a little bit, does push down his advantage in this game, which is clearly his upgrades.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely are timings where you can, you know, throw out the 2-2 upgrade and then just stop once you get there, but those are the ones that have like Zealot Archon timing attacks, or, you know, 2-3 base all-in timing attacks. If you're going for a 6-minute forge, 3-3 is going to be critical. So War Prism is moving along the bottom side. MVP in his position, he's comfortable just massing up. He's looking to try to get that critical 9 barracks amount where you can get the Viking and Ghost and big Marine counts up. MVP, wow. Already having everything in position, but Alicia, I think, is going to start to lose a lot of units if he gets over aggressive like this.
4 Zealots to the third base. Is he going to get 4 more in the main? There is a drop here on the natural. He should be able to be dealt with. A couple of Zealots do get walked in. Oh, doesn't want to lose his High Templar. 2 Hellbats thrown into the mix. Remember, still 2-2 upgrades versus 1-1 here, so any fight that Alicia takes should be okay, despite the numbers that MVP has currently, 20 supply in the lead. 3-3 has started. Thermal Lance is about to complete. There are 0 Vikings. Like, he's instantly shut down when he sees a Colossus.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull back hard. I mean, this is a super anti-ground mix that we're seeing out of MVP. He's going Hellbat and Ghost and upgrades with mass medevac, and it is possible to crush Colossus with high medevac count. In fact, MKP, Marine King Prime, favors higher medevacs against... Ooh! Well, that just went great for Alicia.
Yeah, it was pretty good for Alicia. Now we're looking at it. You know, I don't mind him delaying 3-3 too much. Imagine if he had got 3-3 first and didn't have Colossus at that point. It would be quite scary, I'd say. But anyway, we're all about to have a fight here from Alicia. Good Storm there on the right-hand side. Really good. Gets a lot of that army. He's got to be careful of drops going towards his natural.
Yeah, I mean, in this position, Alicia's powering up, and MVP's looking for an opportunity to strike. Oh, it's a little bit exposed. Those are decent storms. MVP knows well enough not to engage, but that 3-3 upgrade's getting increasingly close to done. Look at that Zealot Warp, and
yeah,
wow.
I reckon he should probably, as soon as he hits 3-3, actually, you know, turn the heat up against MVP. Start moving across there. He's got a higher supply count. He's got better upgrades. I don't think he has a pylon anywhere on the map, so I don't know if he can go the full distance, but he can definitely open up and take a 4th base and start to take a bit of this mid-game map control.
MVP needs to maintain control of that little slit that's up in the center. He can use that to micro his Vikings against the Colossus and get those free hits. Right now he's pulling back a little bit far, and that's going to give the opportunity for Alicia to step forward past that critical spot. And there it is. 4th base coming up from Alicia, and 2nd Robo. And he's getting Blink. Wow, 3-3's done.
Yeah, 3-3's now finished. So this is the perfect time for Alicia to hit. Well, his opponent's only at 2-2. +3 attack is on the way for MVP, but not now, not yet. Couple of Colossus is going to be a pain to deal with. Needs to spread those Zealots out. They're going to eat a lot of good EMPs here. No EMPs go down at this point.
Where's the EMPs? Where are the EMPs? None. None at all. Conservative engagement by MVP.
Great defensive position, though. Look at that. If Alicia fights into that, he's going to have a hard time.
Yeah, I mean, MVP has been playing so well defensively, but has really been lost on how to do some offense against Alicia.
Group 1, High Templar is dying. Does get a Storm off. Very equal game at this point. Very, very close in terms of supply. Upgrades narrowing, coming closer for MVP, getting that +3 attack in. Oh, Alicia may take this fight here. Half the army split up for MVP.
Needs to pull back. Those Vikings are getting stormed. And I mean, Storm is quickly becoming the answer to Vikings in this matchup. You get a couple of good Storms off, and they're down. Uh-oh, the EMPs are going down. That means that MVP smells blood in the water. There's the retreat Storms. Looking okay, but not amazing by any means.
Oh, good couple of storms here, but I think he needs to turn around and fight. He does turn around and fight. Are the Colossus going to deal out enough damage before this army pushes through? 3 Colossus remain.
Oh, he's got to be careful. Looks like the Viking count is not terribly high anymore. And there's the huge warp, and wow,
okay,
Alicia.
4 Colossus into our temple there. Keep Alicia in this, an incredibly tense game. Remember the winner of this map, it is currently 1-1. Whoever wins this map will be in the round of 8, the quarterfinals of Season 1, the WCS Grand Finals here. Alicia back up to 193 supply, using that back to his advantage.
This is an extremely difficult engagement angle for Alicia. There's so many pits that the Viking can stand over and deal damage to the Colossus. This is a very bad angle for MVP. What are his units doing that cluster together? Storms decimate everything. MVP will take down all of those Colossus, but at what cost, Apollo?
But at what cost, Day9? So many units go down. GG! Alicia! Oh, he's beaten MVP, and Alicia moves on to the quarterfinals with a 2-1 victory over MVP.
You know,
oh boy.
Every one of these groups is a group of death, but I don't think that many people expected Alicia to be the winner of this group, taking out MVP in the PvZ matchup, abling to best his opponent, in the PvT matchup, able to best his opponent. Showing amazing versatility.
You know, Alicia just showing us really that America owns Europe with this victory. As our American representative does it.
There's
GG.
Alicia cheering, celebrating, just walked by, had a big grin on his face.
Big grin.
I mean, he's done for the day. He can go home and rest and just watch the matches and see
support Ryung as well. Ryung's still got to play. So
that would be just a stunning appearance if both Axiom members managed to make it out of the group.
Yeah, so that kind of makes the group a little bit more interesting now. 3 players remaining as Alicia goes through first place. So we've got our next map coming up in a couple of minutes. It's going to be Kangho, aka Losira, against Ryung. And then the winner faces an MVP.
But recall again that Kangho, on his way to get here, 3-0'd Bomber. That was his qualification match to be able to arrive. 3-0'ing Bomber is hard. Bomber is good. So in this position, I mean, I think Ryung is going to have quite the uphill battle. Zerg vs. Terran has always looked better for Kangho than Zerg vs. Protoss.
Yeah, so we'll see. That's going to be a good match coming up next. We'll see what Ryung can bring to the table. He's going to have to bring something. Maybe Alicia can help him out, but that's going to be our next game, Day9.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to continue to wrap up Group Number B.